Oh, hi there, I'm Blackbright and I'm broadcasting at the UK. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to show you a video. It's called No Vaccine, No Payment. It's something that somebody sent me. I thought I would share it because what this guy Chris is saying is quite interesting. So I'm going to let you see what your views are. And, well, that's all I can say, really. Not going to go on too long. Where are we now? Play.
And was coming, and a lot of people sat there, and you want to speak about it's conspiracy, it's not a pandemic, it's a pandemic. And Chris, you got to understand the technology, you got to understand certain things. Why would they do that? Why would they do that? I'm just going to quickly show you two videos, and then we're going to get back into it. But take a look at this video.
As more Australians head back to the office and factories, a new tool will be activated on June 1st to make enforcing pandemic distancing rules easier. Developed by Motorola Solutions, this smart surveillance system will watch where people walk and where foot traffic is causing close contact. It will record it and report it for action. Artificial intelligence is doing all the heavy lifting, so real people don't have to watch hours of video. For example, if wearing a mask is a company policy, you'll be flagged by the system when you're not wearing one.
Just breaking down a few things of what they're doing right now in Australia. But before we get into it again, look at this.
Absolutely no doubt about that. But there will be strong, I suspect the majority of Australians will get vaccinated, and then there will be a strong public view that those who choose not to get vaccinated need to... there needs to be some sort of incentive stick, perhaps, through the current programs, including No Jab, No Pay, to make that happen. So I think that is a very reasonable interpretation of what the PM had to say today.
Technology is already there. They're already saying this is 5G, this is a new technology, and the guy even said it like, look how much he was muttering and stuttering. And well, like if they don't do it, like you get me, you don't take the vaccine, no check. Didn't I say that to you a couple of days ago? Didn't I say to you guys a couple of weeks back that they're saying that the fact that they're going to allow you to be processed in the sense of you're saying that you're not going to take the vaccine, they'll just say that you're not paying your wages. You're saying that you're not taking the vaccine. They'll just tell you, please take the vaccine. Just what I'm trying to say in the sense of they will force you behind a corner to make sure that you enable yourself to do that yourself. Like, we're all going to step up and go for the vaccine. That's how they're going to make it. They're not just going to come around your house and start kicking off doors. You're going to be running to them because they're going to allow you to realize that this is the system now. There's going to be no money, guys. There's going to be no understanding. Everything so right now is about data. So when you're sitting there and you're on Facebook and you're like, bro, how come I looked at that on Amazon and now it's showing to me on Instagram, now it's showing to me on Facebook? Everything's about data, and a new world that we're moving into in the sense of 5G is going to be running everything. I want you to take a look at this picture, and I want you guys to read it. Read what it says. I can't even break it down bit for bit, but it just basically shows you the laws have changed. You do not have rights to your young people. Do you hear what I'm trying to say? And this was like a little mock-up of a head teacher talking to my mother saying, we have got a case of your daughter or your son was coughing, and you know what, we might think that they've got corona, so we've took them to a test center to get tested. The mother says, where's my child? They said, we can't disclose that information. The mother says, I'm coming to get my child. They said, if you come and get your child, we're going to remove you from the property. You know what's there? She's like, oh, what are you talking about? Like, is my child safe? Your child's in safe hands. She's like, well, I'm the mother and I'm coming to get my child. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm coming to get my child. No, you're not. This is not a joke, guys. Yeah, that might have been a little mock-up and everything of someone saying these are kind of things that they're going to start saying, but this is real. Do the legislations. Look at it. It's on the government website right now. Take the time out to do the research, guys. We need to think about what's going on right now. And a lot of us are sitting there, like I said, having so much faith and so much power into something and someone that is just a human and got a brain just like you. So you're sitting there trying to go on like, oh, but they wouldn't do that. They're in power. They're just exactly the same as you. They just think exactly the same of you, and greed will get into play. And this whole thing is about corruption. This whole thing is about like taking over, world domination. You know what's there? They was going through Syria. You know what's there? They've done Libya now. You know what's there? Korea, Russia, and China seems to be the last on the table, on the pool table. They've been plucking everybody off. So when everyone's sitting there talking about, oh, COVID and rare, these are the kind of little scams. That's why China's been buying up a lot of stuff as well. Don't think that none of these big boys, they're fighting over the monopoly board right now. Yeah, man's taking this part, and we're sitting there trying to go like, no, Great Britain's great, yeah, we might be called Great Britain, but what kind of country calls itself Great Britain? Like, that's a bit bossy, that's a bit arrogant. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? And I know it seems like a minuscule kind of thing, guys, but we need to think about the bigger picture. This is the reason why 5G is being put in place. This is the reason why a lot of you guys, even now, a lot of people have been calling me saying, Chris, I've been made redundant. What did I say to you guys? You're sitting there, furlough, chilling back, lockdown, come on. House party, you lot been getting gassed up. Didn't understand the structure, didn't understand the fact of what are you going to do when you lose your job. Now you've lost your job. Now you don't have nothing to go. Now they're putting computers and putting other people in place in the sense of they don't even need nobody for like in the sense of a person. They ain't paying no salary no more. We just pay the computer. No sick day, no time off. Like my man's just gonna be working every single day. What do you do now? You've got 2 kids. You might have a mortgage. You've got certain things that you have to be paying off and bills and certain things. Now you have to go on universal credit. Now you have to go on housing benefit. Now you have to go on child support. How long is that going to last? So they've already been doing a gentrification already in the sense of just breaking down everybody in the sense of how long are you going to be able to sustain yourself? How long are you going to be able to pay your rent? How long are you going to be able to live where you're living right now? They're just going to end up pushing you out. This is real and this is facts. Take care of your kids. Understand what's going on with the system in the sense of the 5G. A lot of us have sat back and thought like nothing ain't going on. I don't like the fact that we jump on waves, ride it for a little bit, and then jump off, jump on the next wave, ride it like we're jumping on too many waves. Understand that this has been an underlying problem, guys. And because they throw a little bit of, COVID in your face, or throw a bit of Black Lives Matter in your face to deter you from the reality. Just to deter you from the real on what's going on within our community. Guys, please, I'm not even coming at anybody right now. Do your research. This is just my opinion. I know a lot of you guys got your different opinion, and that's fine. All of us have our opinion. You might think this is real, and if you think this is real, then it's real to you. I just don't think it's real to me. And I don't want anybody to look at me and take me and what I'm saying as face value. Do your own research. Do your own stuff. If it's something that you don't believe in, it's something that you feel like, I'm okay with it, and I'm going to take the vaccine, that's fine as well. You're not wrong for doing that. But I'm just saying we all need to stand up and be counted now. We need to stand up and understand that, all right, we need to take responsibility of our life and understanding the history, understanding the knowledge, understanding the wisdom. Like I said, guys, these are the times when we start mobilizing and coming together. These are the times when we start supporting the sectors. These are the times when you start really, really stepping up and being more nutrition, being more knowing about your body. Do you know your blood type? Do you know your BME height? And all these kind of things we need to understand our nutritionness and understand how we get back that power. So now I knew this time was coming. And a lot of people sat there. So now I knew this time was coming. So now I knew this time was.
Yeah, so I don't know what you think about that. I think, well, with the first guy that was fluffing a bit, I mean, it was clear that it was edited. So some bits have been cut out. I'm not quite sure what bits have been cut out. I don't know where it was taken from. Sometimes some people say that even about my videos. They say that I take a bit from here and I take a bit from there. And, they say there's nothing worse when the truth is mixed up with lies. And it's not really, because then it sounds a bit authentic. It sounds as though the person knows what they've talked about. And, I've never, that I've known about, told any outside lies. And I don't think I have ever taken a bit from here and kind of matched it to make it into my truth. I do try, anytime I get a news article, I always try to kind of make sure it's consistent and get it from about 3 sources. The only thing with regard to the children is that we did know that the legislation was written in a way that parents didn't need consent for them to take the children if they thought the children had COVID. But then I understood that they changed that legislation and it's supposed to have been updated. But how do we get to know that? How do we get to see whether or not it has been updated, or whether or not children can be taken if they've been suspected of COVID? Technically, the schools are adamant that as long as they have your telephone numbers and telephone number of somebody, whether it's a guardian or whatever, then you're okay. Your children will be okay. But like I said, we do not know whether or not people know this. We do not know whether or not all the records have been updated. People tend to change their phone numbers. We do not know what kind of information schools have. I know the school rang me yesterday for my grandson, fortunately, because they couldn't get hold of my daughter. So they called me, and I didn't know who it was, but I immediately picked up, and I thought in my mind, thank God that they were able to get hold of someone. So thing is, there's a lot of truth in that video. I mean, they were talking about having that distancing thing for children in Australia. And I don't know what happened, but they said it was to stop children getting in close proximity. So when you got too close, it would make an alarm. And I remember talking about that in one of my previous videos. So the fact that they're doing it now for adults in Australia, well, it's quite alarming, because we follow behind them. We follow behind America. We follow behind Australia. It's all kind of one, all under one umbrella. So we really do not know. We all know something's going on. Whether we can do anything about it is neither here nor there. Being aware that it's going to happen, I'm not quite sure what that does. I don't know how that serves any purpose. If everybody knows what's going on, but nobody can do anything about it. But like I said in yesterday's video, it's really important that you do write down your concerns. A lot of you won't, some of you might, but most people, they're not going to bother. And then when these, like he says, we must all stand up and be counted. And when you're not doing what you're meant to do, it's like when people are meant to vote and they just poo-poo it. People are like that. I don't know what it is about people. I've said it's a kind of an inbuilt laziness. They just can't be bothered to make an effort, and they moan and they point fingers and they apportion blame, and they don't take any responsibility. And a lot of people can see what's happening. Are they going to do anything about it? Are they going to go on the website and write about their concerns? No, they're not. They're just going to sit around. I don't know what they're waiting for. I guess they're just waiting for the net to come in and swoop them all in. I guess that's what they're waiting for. But anyway, me, like Chris, we're sharing information. It might fall on fertile ground. It may get lost in the soil. It might just touch the soil, the top of the soil, and then get eaten away. You know that thing about the seeds? When people sow seeds, some of it plant roots and really touch somebody, and that person might be prompted to make some action, and other people might just shove the seeds away. And there's not much we can do, really. We can't drag anybody by the neck and force anybody to do anything. So, and that's it for now. Bye bye.